Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. It's Jeff and his ladies.
Oh, he likes it.
It's kind of like a boy band, but with girls.
Well said, Jeff. Well said, Jeff. Welcome to DBL. Let's talk about this because it's also Friday, so we have one of our favorites here, Dr. Coley, but we'll get to that. Thank you. Quick shot there. Oprah Winfrey is walking away, literally, from the board of Weightwatchers after 8 years in the role, saying she will continue working with the company to elevate the conversation around recognizing obesity as a chronic condition. And yesterday, here she is, literally, as I said, walking away from the camera, showing off her very slim waistline. It was just a few months ago that Oprah revealed she is using a weight loss medication as a, quote, maintenance tool after she reconciled that the science about it and she released her own shame about it. So again, as I said, here to talk about this and some other big weight loss medication headlines, we've got our very own Dr. Coley. Dr. Coley, welcome to the show.
Applause.
Very exciting. So it's Friday. Come on. What's your take on Oprah's big move, and what message really I want to get from you does it send to people who are trying to do this, let's say, naturally more? And I have an example here. This is Ricki Lake. She's 55. She lost 30 pounds in 4 months.
Wow.
And she did it completely naturally. I'm not saying at all one is better. I'm not judging. I'm asking you to judge.
You know what I'll say is that they both have to actually work together. So Oprah walking away from that camera symbolically to me is not her walking away from diet and exercise and the lifestyle measures, and we've talked about this before, but it's her walking towards the fact that there's now a new generation of medications, these revolutionary medications. And I think about it this way, guys. Oprah, who has every resource at her fingertips, right? She can get a personal trainer, she can get the best food. Even she hit a wall when it comes to getting to a healthy weight. So she recognized that she now needs to use medications as a supplement in addition to diet and exercise to get her there. And I'm glad that she's open about it because Oprah has always been an influencer in this space. She's always established the conversation. And by her now acknowledging that she's using these medicines, I think she has made the conversation, it's okay to do it. This is not body shaming. This is not judgment. This is just part of a healthy lifestyle of getting to the right weight.
Well, the World Health Organization just said that 1 billion people worldwide are obese, and that it's eclipsed hunger as the biggest health concern, including in kids and adolescents. So are these drugs able to fix such a huge problem?
I mean, this is a shocking statistic, right?
What is that, 1/7 of the world?
Oh, yeah. Obesity is now a bigger problem than hunger. Right? We've kind of gone in the other direction. And I mean, I think these medicines are going to make a huge impact, but guess what? They're only going to make an impact where they can be reached, right? We've already talked about the manufacturer issues when it comes to these medicines. There's not enough of a supply even here in the United States. Cost is a huge one. And this is where I have a problem with these medicines being the entire solution to the world obesity problem, because we can't afford them here in the United States. How are people in other countries who can barely put food on the table going to afford these types of medicines? So I do think the old-fashioned ways, which are getting people access to the right healthy foods, getting rid of food deserts, really acknowledging the fact that people don't have health equity, they don't have the same access to care, and solving some of those problems also needs to happen. Because we can't take the shortcut and just say, now we've got this magic bullet, let's just reach straight for the medicines. And one of my biggest sort of frustrations is when people come in and say, I'm going to go out and eat burgers every day, and that's why I want to get on this medicine. And in a way, I'm torn because I want to help them get to the right weight, but I also want them to see that it can't just be that. It has to be the combination of the two, because these medicines can have side effects.
Is that even feasible? Because I think in your mind, you're like, I want to eat whatever I want because that's a trigger. It's like giving you some type of a dopamine hit or something.
Right.
But I also want to look this way and have my body be this way.
Right.
But realistically, if you're on this type of medication, or even if you're like dieting, when I remember when I was dieting, I couldn't eat the way that I would have ate before I was, on this very strict routine. So isn't there something biological or something where your body's going to repulse that?
Absolutely. In fact, if you eat too much or eat the certain types of fatty foods when you're on these medicines, you can actually start vomiting and get physically ill. But people don't want to be restricted.
Right.
And that's not what this medicine is about, removing your ability to have discipline, removing your ability to exercise, to move. It is more about helping you get to that target. So I cannot authorize these medicines for replacement of some of those things. And I know, Jeff, you and I have talked about this before as well. But I do think we can't say, oh, that's the easy way out to take the medicine. That's not true either. Some people need that medicine to help alter that biology so that they can get to the point where they're not overeating and having that food addiction.
Yeah, I still don't understand the shame or stigma attached to that. I really don't. If you need a kick in the pants to get going, right? I don't understand that. But let's talk about budget Ozempic for a minute, because obviously it's a cheaper alternative to regular Ozempic. Now, is this just, what's the word? I don't know the word. You're the doctor. But
Like generic?
Generic brand of Ozempic.
No, you know what it is?
And is it a good idea?
It's laxatives and stool softeners. It's not even Ozempic. It's not semaglutide. It's people purging in a medical way using laxatives and stool softeners, and this is gaining popularity on social media.
That's not good at all.
I'll tell you, I probably shouldn't, but I will tell you, when I just finished my last cycle of IVF, and they tell you to get, they tell you to get very specific things for that reason.
Yeah.
And
to flush?
Yes,
You get very constipated.
Right.
You get very constipated. Let's just say it.
I didn't.
Yes.
Difficult to find in some places, which is really, they were completely
There's a
sold out.
shortage.
That's
So you know what happens when you use those chronically? I mean, electrolyte abnormalities, dehydration. You could cause
That's a
problems
sign of
with
an eating
rebound.
disorder.
It's a type of eating
It
disorder.
is.
It's
Yeah,
a
right.
purging.
And kidneys could fail.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Stay
we
away from that.
we cannot make obesity such an important thing that we have to look a specific way,
Right.
that we will go to any lengths to do that.
I'm glad you said that. That's so important, especially for any parents out there that are aware, and just maybe talk to your children about that, or your teens or young 20-somethings.
You know, and I'm glad you brought that up, Sam, because now the American Academy of Pediatrics has actually approved Ozempic-like medications for obese
What do you
teens.
think about that?
I think that's a great thing, because I think starting those teens off on that path early, where they don't start having body shaming issues develop as a result of the fact that they have extra weight, and we now know that childhood obesity is 4 times as much as it used to be before.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so I do think it's important to have a conversation about a healthy weight, but to make sure you talk to your teens that if they're concerned, they don't start purging.
Yes.
They come talk to you about it.
Exactly.
Be an avenue of of communication. I would be a great parent. Be an avenue.
You would be a great
I
parent.
would. Thank you.
Yeah.
Get on the highway to the skis.
Get on that highway. All right. Exit here. DBL Nation. Follow Dr. Coley on social media at PyleColeyMD. Also be sure to subscribe to her YouTube page. Plus check out her podcast, Heart of Medicine, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. Love speaking with you. Coming up on DBL, our interview, I'm doing great, with comedian Jeff Ross, how he's preparing for his next celebrity roast on Tom Brady, and a robot designed to give you the perfect manicure, the high-tech gadget that more women are turning to so they don't have to tip. It's not the only reason.
Is it faster?
Way faster. Just paint.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of good if you're going.
Oh, let me ask, do you mind sticking around for a couple minutes? So another question we didn't get to is there's this new Ozempic trend where one of the people that lost all the weight ends up getting in a divorce. Oh, yeah. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Okay.
So some of this data comes from bariatric surgery, where people get weight loss surgery. If they're unmarried, they're twice as likely to get married after. And if they're married, they're twice as likely to get divorced. Yes.
Because they get this newfound confidence?
Well, I think there's many reasons for it. So psychologically, they're a different person. Their self-esteem is different. Their
Are they treated differently?
They're treated differently by society. Their sexual health is different. So their libido can go up or down.
Wow.
The way that they eat is different. And so much of our relationships are about eating together and meals and what have you. And then, of course, the way that they look is different. And so there's a physical attraction that's going to
We can talk and move. Yep.
Is that something?
Yep.
Yeah. But I feel like you have to talk to your spouse
Yes.
if you are starting on this journey.
And know that there might be some changes in how do we evolve together. Yeah, that's good advice. So if you're on it, make sure that you involve your spouse or your partner, and that perhaps you incorporate it not only in conversation, but if you're lucky to have a therapist, bring it up to them as well.
Together.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. What's going on with me today?
What's happening?
My mic was shoved down my pants when we started.
I don't know how you did that.
I think I forgot to clip it and it just fell down.
Oh boy.
Nobody heard my awesome joke right off the jump.
No, I didn't. What joke was that?
My boy band, but with ladies.
Oh yeah, we heard it all. We giggled.
That was a joke.
No, but my mic was in my shirt.
I'm sure one of our ones. I don't know how to dance. I don't know. I don't know how to dance. Welcome back to DBL. Now, we've talked a lot about tipping on the show, right? But some women have found a new way around tipping their nail tech. So they're turning to robots. The machines let you pick your nail color. Watch this. You put it in the device, kind of just like a gel cap there. Then you put one finger in at a time at the machine, and it just maps out your nail, and then it paints it automatically. It then finishes the nails, and then it costs between $8 to $10, according to folks on TikTok. This is insanely interesting. What do you think of this as a way to save money and avoid tipping? I think it's also a way to save time. My dip, whatever, takes 3.5 hours.
But you can't do dip there. That's
no, it's
literally
very
just polish.
paint. Yeah.
And before you guys jump in, I do want to give you this bit of information because a lot of people in the beauty industry are speaking out. This comes from Sarah Johnson, a beauty industry expert. She says consumers need to understand that they are paying for more than just a manicure or a haircut. They are paying for the skill and expertise of the technician, the quality of the products used, and the overall experience.
And the
so I think that's
sanitary-
all. Yeah, I think that's. And again, you're
Fair.
just getting the polish on. You're not getting your cuticles cut or trimmed. You're not getting dip or acrylic or whatever you may want it to have longevity. So those are all some things to think about.
Erica, you have great nails all the time. What do you think?
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah, I know they're a topic of conversation for a lot of people.
Shout out to Melly.
Yeah, shout out to Melly Mainstream Nails. Well, see, I'm the type of person, I get my nails done for reasons other than aesthetic. It's a ritual to me. It's a self-care thing. I go to the same person. I've had a relationship with her for over a decade.
You're friends.
Right. I've seen the growth of her business. As I've seen the growth of her business, and this is not just her, but I've just seen this across the board, especially in the beauty industry, when people become masters of their craft, where they are the best 1% at what they do, that is a totally different experience than deciding to, I'm just gonna go and get a manicure, pedicure, whatever, and it doesn't, none of the things matter to you. When I go, I'm there for hours. I'm not in and out. I'm actually having conversations. I'm like like having a community with people. So I think there needs to be, like anything else, an express option for people, whether it's based on time or budget or just it doesn't mean that much to you because people don't prioritize these things the same way.
Yeah, it is a way of speaking, and if you don't get to have any human-to-human contact, that is a good way to have it, actually. Speaking of tipping, a man on Reddit is going viral. He went to get a walk-in haircut, okay? $15. When he went to pay, the tablet displayed the tipping options, and he shared the photo. Let's take a look. The choices included 50, 70, and 90% tipping options. Jeff is nodding. I'm interested to hear what he has to say. He called it unreasonable, shameful. Some people commented that they would just leave no tip because of this outrageous amount of choices, the weird amount of numbers. All right, whatever. What do you all think has happened to you, and what do you do in situations like, just go to Jeff.
What a setup.
Just go to Jeff.
Go.
Go.
Wow. I don't like the shaming. and woman-splaining right now. I don't appreciate it.
You can nail it.
Talk to us.
Nail it.
Okay, so I would never go back to this person. $15 for a haircut, though, I'll take it.
That's what I'm saying. That's
great.
reasonable.
But here's the thing.
But you would
leave
tip.
it up to me.
Yes.
That if you're going to charge me $15, I'll give you 50%. I'll give you 30% because I'm still saving money.
Yeah.
You got it. If you give me only that option. Now it's spite time. Now it's spite time. You might get the last $15 out of my pocket. I will never come back. That you gave me that option. I don't go to my favorite sandwich places because they flip that thing in my face. I don't like it.
He's so Larry David. Would you ever have a spite shop like Larry David?
Yeah, I would. I would. And let me go back to the tipping thing with the nails.
Please.
That woman or whoever's doing your nails is spending time with you.
Right.
45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours.
He's right.
Just like when you have a great meal. You're sitting down. You're there for an hour. They're catering
There's an
to you.
experience.
They're waiting on you.
Yes.
Of course I'm going to tip you. I'm going to tip you more than 20%. I'm going to give you 25%. Don't put that thing in my face and force me to tip. I'm going to tip you based on your skills and what you do. And even if you stink and you serve me the wrong food, I'm still going to give you 25%. When I go to pick up a coffee or a piece of pizza, don't flip that thing in my face. You get no tip. No soup for you.
No soup for you. We'll be right back. He nailed it. He nailed it. Welcome back. Poking fun at some of the biggest names in Hollywood might be challenging for many, many comics, including myself, but not if you're the roast master general. Earlier, we caught up with comedian Jeff Ross. Take a look.
Look at you, Shadow. You have let yourself boldly go. When did you go from Captain Kirk to Captain Crunch?
I love
Comedian Jeff Ross joins us live.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you. We talked about, the world has lost Richard Lewis, the great comedian. I just want to know, what are your thoughts about him as you spent a life in comedy?
Well, Richard Lewis was the first comedian I saw when I was a young comic in the audience. I was at Carnegie Hall. And I love the guy. He was a rock star. He didn't play guitar or write songs, but he was a true rock star on that stage. He called himself the Prince of Darkness, but he was nothing but joy and light when you met him. Both of us are sons of caterers, wedding caterers in New Jersey, believe it or not. So he would always call me son of a caterer. And I said that with pride. Miss that guy.
Son of a
We're
caterer.
sorry for your loss.
We are. Now, you've roasted many A-listers like Alec Baldwin, Bruce Willis, Justin Bieber, and Barbara Walters. What is the key, Jeff, to making celebs laugh at themselves?
You know, for me, with big names like that, it's about backhanded compliments. You can't just go for the jugular. You got to warm them up a little bit, like a velvet hammer. They don't see it coming, and then boom, you hit them.
Well, speaking of that, your next big celebrity roast is Tom Brady. How are you preparing for this? And you think he's going to be a good sport about it? I think you don't have a choice. You got to be.
You know, Tom is proving what a good sport is. I mean, when somebody who's won 7 Super Bowls can go, you know what, bring it on, anything goes. It shows the world that anybody, even the greatest, is going to do well if they don't take themselves too seriously and if they have thick skin. So shout out to Tom for agreeing to do this.
So the name of your solo comedy tour is Take a Banana for the Ride, which sounds like my weekend in Vegas last week. How did you
Magic
come up
Mike
with
was
that?
involved.
My dog, my banana. I'm starting a brand new one-man show. It's about what made me into the roast master, kind of underneath the thick skin of the roast master. And there's a lot of great family stories and music in it, and it all builds into a roast of the audience at the end.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool, and if you're going through anything, it's really a lesson of resilience and bouncing back. I lost my parents as a young man. They never got to see me perform, and that's sort of the jumping off point for the story. The real inspiration for the show was when I lost 3 good buddies within 8 months. That was Norm Macdonald, Gilbert Gottfried, and Bob Saget. So I went back and thought about my life and how I dealt with those early losses and how I'm dealing with them now. And I thought maybe it could help other people, make other people kind of laugh at their pain too.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And I love the sign behind you, enjoy the process. I think that's part of this whole thing. Your new movie with Zac Efron is called Ricky Stenicki. Seems like a real serious film. What's the funniest thing about your character, Rabbi Greenberg? Oh, Santino's in it.
But I can certainly
Oh, it's a great cast.
Call me Rabbi Gigglebird.
Tell us about that.
Well, it was a dream come true. I got a text from Peter Farrelly, one of my all-time favorite writers and directors, and he said there was a part that he thought I could do. Basically, I play a rabbi who gets roofied right before a circumcision ceremony.
Sold.
I don't want to give too much away, but
that's the best headline yet. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Jeff, thank you so much for joining us. DBL Nation, see him live on tour and Take a Banana for the Ride, a Jeff Ross solo show.
Oh, man,
and just visit roastmastergeneral.com for more tour dates. Plus, his new movie, Ricky Stenicki, will be available on Prime March 7th. Thank you again,
come
Jeff.
back soon.
Congratulations.
So much fun.
Please come back.
So much fun.
We'll be right back.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, everybody.
The Moyles on drugs. Welcome back. What if there was a medicine that could help you slow the aging process? Would you take it? Scientists are actually working on a medication that could make your body more resilient to aging. Still in the works, but I have to know from the panel, would you take a medication to keep you looking and feeling young?
If it helps with the leaky eye, yes.
People have talked about the leaky eye. They're worried about you on the YouTube chat.
You?
I think just eating healthy and working out.
So no.
Same thing.
No, okay.
I could be a Bonita Button.
Okay, Bonita Button.
Yeah.
Of course I would take it. Give me the wine and we're done. Living longer will affect your benefits on Medicare, and Better Benefits can help when it comes to Medicare questions. Many Americans already in the program may not have a plan with all the benefits accessible to them. So reach out to the Medicare Advantage advisors today. The benefits review is free. Call 1-800-909-2613. We want to let you know that we want you to have, I don't know how much time I have, so.
How much time do we have?
We want to let you know.
Let's
30.
Let's just have a little therapy session.
Okay.
How do you think today's show went?
I actually give it a good A-, B+. You know why? Because people don't want to see perfection. They want to see flaws, and I've got a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we did great. We filled in a lot of the holes.
You guys did okay, but really the flaws and the interest, the facets, if
What
you
would
will.
you give us?
Yeah.
Each
And you gave
individually.
yourself an A-?
A-,
She's
B+.
an A-. What
Wow.
about Erica?
Erica really helped out a lot, so I'm gonna give her a strong A-, B+ with me. Also, you, I would give a B, but Jeff,
B?
I gotta be honest, D. We'll see you same time, same place Monday. Bye, guys.